Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, longtime astrologer, psychic, healer, yogi, master's in counseling psychology. In today's episode, my guest is Veronica, aka Ronnie Shaffer. Ronnie is a numerologist and healing arts practitioner, and today she's going to talk about numerology and your core numbers. So stay tuned. Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. My guest on today's episode is Veronica Shaffer, also known as Ronnie. Ronnie Shaffer is a numerologist and a healing arts practitioner. She is a gifted intuitive who uses numerology as one of her tools. Ronnie combines numerology with divination cards, which will provide you access to new opportunities and a better awareness of what is happening in your life with your family and friends, especially during 2021. Ronnie teaches a popular course called Your Intuitive Self and facilitates ongoing meditation and monthly mediumship workshops for years. Ronnie taught yoga and meditation to women incarcerated and creative writing to men in prison. Her book that is published, I Hear Your Cry, Women in Prison, is an insightful and compassionate look about the lives of women incarcerated. Her website is www.veronicashaffer.com or email her at V as in Victor, A, S as in Sam, 4@comcast.net. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome my colleague and friend, Ronnie Shaffer. Welcome, Ronnie.
Thank you, Jill. It's always fun to be together. We do our partnership on the radio show, so it's really great to be here to one of your podcast events.
Yes, I'm so glad to have you on the podcast today. And Ronnie and I have been on a Boston radio station since about 2006 on and off, and are currently having a popular show that is on WATD 95.9 FM in the Boston area, or streaming live 959watd.com Sunday mornings at 11. So tune into that. So Ronnie, you're here today to talk to our listeners a little bit about numerology.
Yes, Jill, and the most important thing that I like to begin about listeners and tell them about why numbers is that when you stop to think about it, there is not a time during the day that you don't use a number. We wake up in the morning with a number. We use the microwave, our license plate, we have addresses, the cell phone is numbers, money is numbers. So numbers really are part of our everyday life. And of course, having a medical scientific background, that's where I was really drawn to first, because I wanted to know what each one stood for.
Well, numbers are what the ancients used to say. The laws of the universe are guided by numbers or math and astrology, of all things. So the numerology and the astrology are such a natural adjunct together. And back in the day, before COVID, you and I would do gigs where we would go out and do readings for people, combining their astrology and numerology, and everybody loves that. What are some of the things you might teach people today? It's very easy once you learn the basics about numerology and how to figure out your numbers. What are some of the things that we're going to talk about today?
So some of the things that we'll talk about is, first of all, your personal year, because automatically people want to know what's happening to me now.
In 2021, right?
2021, exactly. And that always goes in 9-year increments. Think of 1 being the beginning and 9 the ending. And then we go into your birth date, which is called your life path number. And that shows how you choose to live your life. You know, what is your path?
So that's the same all your life then?
That's the same all your lifetime.
The life path number.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we go into your name.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, your name as it appears on your birth certificate.
Okay, so no nicknames.
No nicknames.
Birth name.
No marriage names. Yeah.
Right.
It's how it appears on your birth certificate. And your full name is your expression of who you are. But then you break that down and you look at all the vowels and you add the vowels up And the vowels are the inner you.
Interesting.
Okay, your inner emotions. The outer you are the consonants, how we are viewed by the public.
Very interesting.
Our consciousness. And then the combination of that, again, as I said, makes it what we also call, another word, the destiny, our path of destiny.
Is that a fourth interpretation, or that's part of the third interpretation called the life path with the letters of the name, the birth name?
The fourth, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just let's review that again. So we can use numerology to figure out 4 different things.
Right. Your personal year.
For the part that changes every year,
That
and
changes.
you're going to either be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 year.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then you can go into your birth year. What is it? What's that life path? What did you come in to do in this life?
So you break down like the year you were born.
Exactly. And again, that goes on 9 years in a
Okay.
9-year cycle. Always think of it that no matter if you have a double digit, you always reduce it to a single number.
Right. So if something adds up to, let's say, 23, that would be a 5
That would be
in
a 5.
numerology. So it will be a digit between 1 and 9.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's start with the year, like each year, how people figure out what year they're in, if they're in a 1 to 9 year. For instance, let's take our engineer Tom. His birthday is May 15th. So how would we figure out his birth? And you don't include the birth year in that,
No,
right?
no.
So you just take the month and day of birth?
That's exactly right. So first of all, you want to look at, we are in 2021.
Okay, yes.
So that is a 5-year. Now, how did I get the 5? You can add 20 and 21.
Yeah.
Okay. 20 and 21 is 41, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So that's a 5 universal year.
Or
for
we could
all of
go
us.
2 plus 0 is 2, plus 2 is 4,
and
plus 1 is 5.
Exactly.
So that's where you get 2021 being a 5-year. Okay.
Exactly.
Step 1.
So
What does the year that you're in add up to? Okay.
Okay. So for all of us, right now we're in that 5-year. That's from January to December 31st.
Okay.
So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, Tom was born in May, and that's a 5-month. Think of it as January's 1, February's 2, and we go on down until 9. And then when we come to October, which is a 10th month, it's 1 and 0 is a 1.
Okay.
Okay? Now, so Tom is a 5, and he was born, his day was a 15. So we add the 5 and the 15 is a 20. And we want to add the 5 because we want to know what year, and we want to know about this year, 2021. And that equals 25. And then remember, 2 plus 5 is a 7. We want to reduce it to a single number.
So Tom is in a 7-year.
Tom he's just going to start a 7-year. Now, let me further explain this. Most people use birthday to birthday.
Right.
Okay? Some numerologists do January to January. There are a few that like to do that. I don't, and my teachers, no, we go birthday to birthday because nothing happened if your birthday's May and nothing happened for you between January and May.
Right. So it's best to do from what we would call the solar return in astrology. The birthday of 2020 to 2021 would have been a 6-year for Tom. And now he's going into the birthday in May from 2021 to the birthday in 2022. That's a 7-year for him.
Exactly.
And the next question is, drum roll. What does a 7-year mean? What does that mean for Tom?
Oh, Tom, you're going to love this. This is a year of retreat and reflection. It's a year of going in and not out. Where am I going with my life? What am I going to do with my life? What about my life? Where it's also a great time to go on a retreat or a trip that is more reflective, not like a carnival where you're going and having a great time. This is more on a safari.
Or he could go on a pilgrimage.
or pilgrimage, or even a retreat on a weekend or a day retreat.
He could go into a nature retreat, something
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely.
That's excellent. All right, let's try another one. Let's try mine. One, two, three.
Okay, so one more important thing. It starts on our birthday. It starts as a baby step, that new number.
Oh, yes, this is important.
And then it peaks up. So the 6 months after May
Bring us till November.
to November, that, Tom, is going to be your power month, and that doesn't change. So always calculate from the month you were born, 6 months forward. That's your power month. Even if you don't know that numbers and what they mean,
Right.
just pay attention to every November what happens.
So it's like your half birthday. Everybody
Yes.
knows their half birthday. And again, Tom was born on the Wesak moon in May. So he can remember when the sun goes into Scorpio is always his half birthday. But the whole month of November would be that's the high point, right? That's when like things tend to like show up and pop up.
Both positive and pay attention to what the lessons are, because the lessons will come up too in that 6 month period.
Interesting. All right, let's talk listeners through one more.
Okay, so Jill.
Let's say somebody's born on January 23rd.
So you take the 1 and the 23, and that's a 24. And then you add the 5, because you want to know about this year, 2021. And that's 29. Now you want to reduce that to a single number.
Okay.
So 2 and 9 is 11, and 1 and 1 is 2. So you started in January of this year, a 2-year. Wait, yes, yes. A 2-year, the key words are relationships.
And
it means that people around you can be overly sensitive, or you might find yourself overly sensitive. And a couple of key words in a 2-year are flexibility, diplomacy, and cooperation. But it's also a year where you can find yourself even more in tune to the people around you.
okay.
Okay?
That makes sense. I'm always having to do that as a counseling psychic and astrologer. And does that mean my halfway point would be 6 months out, July?
Yes.
So I have to look for some good things coming in July.
Exactly.
Exciting.
Exactly. So the important thing is always remember to reduce it to a single number. And if you are confused, you can go online
Right.
and put down Numerology Personal Year Calculator.
Nice.
And then they'll ask you questions and fill it in, and then they'll fill in the blanks for you, and then you'll have it that way also.
All right, so let's take a break so our listeners can go and do that. And when we come back, we're going to tell everybody what each year means, if you're in what personal year from 1 to 9, even though we already went over 2 and 7 with Jill and Tom. But for everybody, we'll go. So take some time, go online, calculate your birth year if you don't want to feel like doing the math yourself. And when we come back, Ronnie Shaffer, numerologist, will tell you what it means.
Now that the days are getting longer here in the Northern Hemisphere, and the sun is still up into the evening hours, it's a great time to relax at the end of a long day with a nice glass of rosé. But you can't stand the yucky pesticides, chemicals, and fillers in most wines. Well, let me tell you about Scout and Cellar Clean Crafted Wines. Scout and Cellar comes in varietals of rosé, whites, reds, and sparkling wines. Scout and Cellar is organic, clean crafted wine free of synthetic pesticides, chemical additives, and low in sulfites. Order yours now at www.scoutandcellar.com/Jill Jardine and begin enjoying clean crafted wine straight from the grape to your glass.
Welcome back. My guest is Ronnie Shaffer, numerologist and Healing Arts Practitioner. We're going to go over now what your number is for 2021 and what that means. If you didn't calculate it, remember you take the date, the month, add it all up, break it down to a single digit, add it to 5, break it down to a single digit, and that is your year for 2021. That is your number. So we're now going to tell you what each number means.
So think of it this way when we go into number 1. It's a new beginnings.
Okay.
Okay, and it's about you planting new seeds and about you taking care of yourself. So it's you, number one. And even though, if particularly people that are caregivers, which majority of people are caregivers, you're going to be put in situations where you have to take care of you.
Right.
Okay,
But number one.
number one, absolutely. Number two is the main word is relationships, and so it's a year of sensitivity and cooperation. Number three is a great year. It's a year of networking. It's a year of creativity. It's motivation and inspiration. And then number four is a year of setting the foundation for the next phase in your life. Hard work, discipline, and opportunities, but looking at security. Where am I going in this phase? Number five is a year of change. Change, freedom, and unpredictability. So it's allowing yourself to be, if you want to thinking about changing your job, it's a perfect time to change your job. Okay, change is a key word
For somebody in a 5-year.
In a 5-year. Number six, the key word is commitment. It's a year of responsibility, domestic affairs, and service. So it can be death, divorce, marriage, contracts, personal growth, but the key word is commitment. Number seven, the key word is retreat and reflection. So it's a year of contemplation, self-awareness, and spiritual atonement. And number eight, which happens to be my favorite year.
Are you in an 8?
No, I'm in a 1. I'm a brand new cycle. It's a power year. And so it's a year of rewards, respect, and recognition. And in an 8 year, no matter who you are, it's always an opportunity. Extra money will come in unless, and I have to say unless, if you make $300 a week and spend $400, no money will come in. But I have had amazing 8 years where I've had a lot of good extra monies come in. And number 9, of course, the last of the cycle, it's a year of completion, transformation. It's about clearing the clutter in your life. It's like open the closet, clear it out. And the most important thing about that in the number 9 year is make sure you clear it, because then you're going to start a 1 year, and what you haven't cleared, you bring the baggage with you for another 9 years.
Ruh-roh. So you want a Debbie Downer. You don't want to have a Debbie Downer experience as you go into your new 9-year cycle.
Exactly.
So I have a question for you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You said that 2021 in general, if we add it up, 2 + 2 + 1, is a 5-year. So what you said about the 5-year personally, if somebody's personally in a 5-year, during 2021, they're going to have a lot of change, but I would think that collectively, too, that 2021 is a year of change collectively for all of us. The astrology with the outer planets, Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius, show that. So it's funny that it's not funny, it's the ancient laws of the universe, but it's interesting that the numerology for 2021 is 5. So what do you have to say about that?
So it's a time that demands change on the radical level, okay? It's a moment where we can collectively feel extremely stuck, tethered, and restricted, but we have the opportunity to use our personal liberties, okay? And don't allow people to take away those liberties. So the highest expression of a 5-year is to open a new possibilities and have the fortitude to take that new direction with a commitment and follow through.
Interesting. And it feels like, too, there's changes happening for people now, whether they initiate it themselves or it is happening to them. And very interesting about that thing about looking that your liberties and your freedoms aren't being taken away. Those are also the keynotes of Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius. So the ancient arts and sciences of astrology and numerology are on the same page. Stay tuned for when we come back. We're going to talk about
The birth date and the importance, which is your life path. Why not only our birth date, we'll talk a little bit about our name and what that means.
Okay, and so the life path is the adding up of the month, the day, and
The year,
just the year by itself.
the year that you were born. Yes.
Okay, this will be interesting. Stay tuned to find out what your life path is. Welcome back. I'm with Ronnie Shaffer, numerologist, and we're looking at your numbers. We're going to be looking at something called the life path number. And Ronnie, you want to explain how people find that out?
Sure. Very easy. Again, you calculate the month that you were born. So if you were born in January, as I was, that's a 1. And my birthday is the 4th.
Okay.
So that's a 1 plus 4. And then you take the year that you were born.
Okay.
So say it was 1960,
Okay.
and that is a 7.
Okay.
So you take 5 and 7, you add both of those together, 12, and then always reduce it to a single number.
So that life path is a 3.
Exactly.
Now let's take somebody like Tom.
Okay.
He's 5'15". We added that up. That's a 20.
That's a 20.
And now everybody can find out he's born in 1973.
That's right.
We just won't say his last name.
And that's a 20. So we have two 20s. 20 and 20 is 40, and to reduce it makes it a 4. And the number 4 is pragmatic and the most earnest of all the numbers. That's a sincere person.
Also sounds like a Taurus, and that's what he is.
Oh, okay. So see how that...
Overlays there.
Exactly.
Okay, we have another person who wants to know what theirs is, and they were born 2/11/1973.
February is a 2 month, and the day they were born, the number is an 11, so that's a 13, and we reduce that to a 4. Now, 1973 adds up to a 20. So 4, we go back because we went their month and date and the year now, and 4 and 20 is 24, and that reduces it to a 6. So they're a number 6, and they're the devoted and the most self-sacrificing of all the numbers.
Wow, that kind of explains that person. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through. People, can they look this up too? Can they calculate
Yes.
it online? What would they look for, their life path number?
They go on birthday numerology calculator.
Okay.
And then they'll ask you the same questions, the month and the date and the year that you were born. They'll calculate it for you. And the fun thing is you can do this about your friends and your family, and then also give you more insight or understanding sometimes about their personalities.
Very nice. Why don't we go through now that people have added it up? Let's go through each number and explain what the keynotes are.
Sure. Number 1 is they're an individual. They are the most self-expressive of all the numbers. Number 2 is the most adaptable. They can be the most gentle-hearted of all the numbers. Number 3, expansive, the most gregarious. They like to get out there. You know, think of the personal year number 3, networking, getting out there. So there's a similar communicator, yes. Number 4, pragmatic, and the most earnest of all the numbers. Number 5, charismatic, and the most versatile of all the numbers.
Yay, 5s.
Yeah, the chameleon. They can be whatever they need to be or what we need them to be. Number 6, devoted and the most self-sacrificing of all the numbers. Number 7, eccentric and the most philosophic of all the numbers. 8, ambitious and sometimes the most revolutionary of all the numbers. 9, humanitarian, the most contributory of all the numbers, the Mother Teresa's in the world.
You go, 9.
There we go. And I just like to talk today on the basic numbers. I don't want to get involved into the 11s, 22, and 33, because then people start to
That's
what's
for
going
another
on.
podcast.
That's for another podcast.
The master numbers.
Master numbers.
11, 22, 33, 44. Yeah, we should have a whole podcast on that because I have alluded to them in previous podcasts. Thank you, Ronnie, for being my guest today. This was very informative and illuminating, learning your basic numerology. And do you have any other things to tell my listeners before we sign off?
No, I want to thank you, Jill, and I want to thank the listeners. And I hope that certainly this helps to bring insight into themselves, who they are, and where they're going in life, but also to use it as a tool, a helpful tool. We all need tools, and we all need support, so this is another support.
Beautiful. Thank you for all your contributions today. And again, you can reach Veronica Ronnie Shaffer at her website, Veronica Shaffer, spelled SHAFFER.com. It will be in the show notes. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. Remember to download this episode and all episodes. Please subscribe and give us a rave review. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine signing off, sending healing numbers and vibrations through the quantum field.